Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Jenofeve Designs. Today we are going to put a closure onto this album. This is not really a mini album, this is a scrapbook album. It is very big. We're going to put a closure on it. We might add a few more embellishments to the cover. We are going to add some things to the inside front covers. And I have a few different little things. I've also made a mock-up of some things, so just stay tuned to later in the video. But this is the Basically Amazing Pastel Florals size B. So there are 4 sizes, A, B, C, D. A is the largest, D is the smallest, and this one is B. So if you want to see how we've got to this point so far, I have a specific playlist just for this album. I will link it up here and it will be down below in the description box. It starts with an introduction to the actual templates, then it goes on to a flip through of all of the prototypes. Like here is the prototype for this album. I used a little bit different paper and I did it just a little bit differently, but the flip through of this is in the playlist. There is the Basically Amazing add-on photo mats video, and then there should be the cover, starts with the how to make the cover, so on and so forth for just this specific scrapbook album. I also have an Amazon list specifically for this album as well. That'll be linked down below. These are printable templates that are available in my Etsy shop. I will have those linked down below. For this album, we are using the vintage loose leaf background design. All of my background designs come with a free set of plain templates. The paper collection that I am using, it's 2 different printable paper collections, and they are from Amity Bloom, and it doesn't sound like I'm saying that right. Amity Bloom. I will have those specifically linked down below in the description box if you want to check it out. There's 2 different collections and there's 4 sheets in each one, but they're super pretty. One's called Pastel, no, one's called Pastel Ornaments and one's called Floral Collage, I believe. But anyway, all that's linked down below if you want to check it out. So I think the first thing we're going to do is work on the closure, because I think what I'm going to move these out of the way. I think I'm going to do a simple closure. I'm going to use fabric, I think. So this is some of the fabric left over from when we built the covers, when we did the spine. We used fabric instead of a tie-back. So I've got a strip of it still sitting here. So I thought maybe we would use this and then one of these arrested bulldog clips. I have a video where I showed you how I do the resting. I will link that up here and down below as well. It's called Let's Just Rest Some Stuff, or Let's I don't know. But it's super simple. It's not complicated. I'm sure there's 500 ways to rest things, and not everything rests the same either, so keep that in mind. So I thought we would do a simple closure like that. And then have that attached to the back cover, and we can keep it closed that way. It's not too bad. Now I'm not going to squish it. I'm just going to try to pick it up so you can see. It's not too bad. I mean, it's kind of like that. It sits like that. If I let go of it, it's going to open up further because it's standing up. But if I squish it, it's a little bit skinnier, okay? So it's not too bad. You could probably go without the closure, but we're going to go ahead and add one this time. Anyway, you could just do a tie closure too. Or you add the fabric to the front and the back and then make a bow on the side. But I wanted to do the metal clip because I'm going to add some metal pieces to the cover. So let's go ahead and get started on the closure. Okay, so on the front and back cover, we left it open like this because that way we gave ourselves the option of sticking something under there so that we can maybe do a tie closure. So we did this on both in the front and the back, okay? So instead of doing a tie closure, I'm going to do the clip closure. So I'm going to go ahead and close this, the front cover up. I'm going to try to anyways, because we're not going to stick the fabric in there. Well, it's easier said than done, I think. Here we go. So I'm just going to take the tape backing off and I'm going to stick it down and burnish it down, and we're good to go. All right, but in the back, whoa, we are not going to stick it down yet because I'm going to stick some fabric under there. All right, I think that we're not going to need very much fabric, so I'm literally just going to cut this in half because I don't need the whole thing. I don't need this thickness either, so I think that we could just I'm going to make a couple, just started off. So this is just a muslin fabric, and I'm just going to rip it just like that, and maybe we'll just use this one strip right here. It might be too many little thingies. So I thought we could attach this under here and then attach this to that, and we could tie it to where it's tight. So that's what I'm gonna do. Actually, let's use this end. So I am going to add some fabric glue. This is just Fabri-Tac by Beacon. I guess I could try to center it somehow. Whoa, this book is so large that I can't do anything. I can't fit it under my tripod easily. So I'm going to remove the paper backing. Well, I'm going to grab a corner of it and kind of get it prepped. But I'm going to try to find the center around abouts, and it kind of looks like it might be right here. So I'm going to mark it with my pencil, just scribbly, and then I'm going to take the Fabri-Tac and squirt it under here. I'm going to be pretty generous with it because it's going to hold the fabric. Uh-oh, did I lose my lid? Uh-oh. Well, I can't put it down because it'll get glue everywhere. So I put it in, it's going to be hard to tell, but I put it in about 2 inches from the edge of the book. Now I'm going to take that backing off, and we're going to burnish it down. Especially right there where that fabric is. There's the lid. Boop. I think that's the only, might be the only time we need that. And so to make sure that it doesn't get pulled out, I'm just going to put a clip on either side of that to hold it for now. Okay, so then, whoops, I need that clip here. I'm going to take it and run it through this hole that's in this clip. Like, or try to anyway. I might have to get my pokey tool out and grab it. Try to pull it up with my scissors without cutting it. My fingers, you would think my fingernails would be helpful, but they're really not when it comes to stuff like that. Alright. So then I'm going to clip that like that. That looks about right. And then I think I'm going to tie just a regular knot. Like that. And I might just leave it just a half knot, because that way I'll have room. If I need to make it thicker, I'll have room for that. Maybe I'll do one more, just in case. Just in case. But I'm still going to leave extra fabric hanging down. Maybe not that much fabric. That might be too much too. I might, let's see, maybe just a little more. I just kind of want it to. Okay, let me show you what that looks like. So once I remove these 2 clips that are holding that paper down for me until that dries, it'll just be this clip and this piece of fabric, and it's just that simple. It's just that simple of a closure. Plus I feel like it kind of fits the whole feel of the way this cover has turned out. Just this, I don't know. I really like it. Really, really like it. Really, really like it. Okay, and then another thing I wanted to do is I've also got these rusted, these are Tim Holtz butterflies, and they come in like a package of 6 or 8 or something. I don't know, but I have a bunch of these rusted. I've used them for classes and stuff, and I thought about adding these to the cover like that. What do you guys think? I've been thinking about it. It's been actually a couple days since I've done the cover, and I really like the way it looks. And if I glue it to where it's not on this part that is actually supposed to be the photo, I can remove this and put a photo there still. So I'm thinking that. What do you think? So I'm going to go ahead and glue them down with the Fabri-Tac, the same Fabri-Tac. Oops, my camera got moved. That we glued the fabric with. I'm just going to put it in the middle of his body there. I love these butterflies. I've used them for so many projects. So many projects. They are very, very versatile with my style. Anyways, okay. So then, right there. I thought about doing a third thing. But remembering that I've got this clip here, it just kind of, I thought, you know what, let's just leave it like this. I like the way it looks. So this is the main focal point. And then we've got these really pretty butterflies on either side. Okay. So while that's drying, also, I'm going to do a couple inserts to the inside pockets that we made. Remember, we did the slits into the lining, and I thought I would do a few little inserts for that. And I've already printed them out. So in the templates, page 30B is one of the side pocket inserts for the B size album. So I took this and I printed the vintage loose leaf background design page, which is 30B, onto white cardstock, right, on one side. And then on the opposite side, I printed some of the papers from the Amity Bloom. So this one's from the pastel ornament and this one's from the floral collage. So I thought it would be fun to just have a place to where you could write down some information, what's going on in the scrapbook album, but then have it pretty on one side and have it functional on the other. But I think they're a little too big for the slits that we created, so I'm going to trim these down first, and then while the glue is drying on the cover, and then we're going to experiment and see how much we need to trim off in order for it to fit in that pocket that we made. So I'm just going to take a minute. I'm going to trim all the way around both of these, and then I'll be right back. All right, both of these are trimmed out, and they're still, this is not dry enough for me to open it up just yet because the butterflies will fall off. So I think I'm just going to guess. So I automatically know that this is a side pocket insert, so it's a little shorter than the mat. I know you can't hardly see. Than the mat that's on the inside of the cover. But I also know that we came in about a ½ inch-ish or so on either side. So I'm going to take, I'm gonna take about, how much would that be? That's about almost 3/4 of an inch. Let's do 3/4. Let's just be, we'll take 3/4 of an inch off. And since I'm using the vintage loose leaf, I'm going to leave this top part there and cut off at the bottom. So I'm going to go from, I'm trying to see on my board here. It's hard to see, but I'm going to try to line it up on this grid here to the 3/4. Get it straight. I'm going to try to see. Let me, maybe if I just kind of reach into the bottom here, because they're both the same. Come on. The front and the back covers are the same when it comes to this pocket. Okay, that actually fits really good. That fits really good. So we're going to do that. We're going to do 3/4 on both. I didn't even cut that one very well. Like, geez. I'm just going to match it up. And cut it that way. All right. Alright, now I'm going to take the Distress Oxide in Walnut Stain, and I'm going to ink these edges. Then I'm going to flip it over and ink the other side on both of these pieces. I'm going to ink this side as well. And then I'll be right back. Alright, both of them are inked up and ready to go. But then I thought these were too plain, like the back sides of these are too plain. So they're both upright. So one's going to go in the one front pocket, one's going to go in the back, whichever one, however which way it goes. But let me grab my B. So this is size B. I don't know if you remember from the intro of these templates, or it might have been the next video. I don't remember. But I have these alphabets, these giant alphabet stamps. Let me show you what they are. They're these. These are from Iron Orchid Designs. They're called Typesetting. It's 2 sheets, so it is the alphabet, the uppercase, lowercase, and then some numbers. Right? So before I had filmed my cover picture, I had been playing around with the word love, and I was going to incorporate that into the cover, and I forgot all about it. So I was sitting there looking at it. See, I tested it out a few different ways. I was sitting there looking at it going, I meant to use it on the cover, but I forgot. Maybe I can use it on one of these sheets. So I literally just stamped it out like this, and then carefully went around and cut it out and left just a teeny bit of a border. So I thought it might be kind of fun to have that either on here like this, where it's upright, right, like this, or if it's going to be in the side pocket, have it like go down this way. So like L and E. So I thought that might be fun for one, because I already had it done, and it's super easy to do. Just stamp it out, cut it out, super easy. And then from these stamps, the numeric, the Tim Holtz giant number stamps that I love so much, I stamped a 20. I still have it on my stamp block. I stamped the 2 and the 0. I did the same thing, cut them out, and I thought it might be fun to have this on the top of the one that's going to be in the front. You know, for the year 2020. From what I understand, you're supposed to put 2020, like you're literally supposed to put 2 20s because of them being the same. But I think that's kind of silly. I know that it's the year 20. You know what I mean? I knew it's 2020, so I'm just going to do 120. So I did the same thing. I stamped it on white cardstock, and I trimmed it out with some scissors, right? So easy. It looks good. And I don't even think I'm going to ink the edges. I think I'm going to leave them white like that. I used to have these machines that had tape, like you could run these through and it would apply adhesive to the backside of whatever it is that you're running through, a Xyron something or another, and I cannot. I had 2. I had a little small one, and then I had a big one, and I cannot, for the life of me, find them. So we're going to have to just use glue, just regular old glue, I guess, or a glue stick. I guess a glue stick would work too. Well, shoot, I don't know what I did with them. Let me see if I've got a good glue stick though. Oh, there's one. Well, where's the big one? I have this one, but I don't think it's big enough. I don't know where the big, I have a bigger one. This one is not going to be big enough. No. It was like, it's like a big, anyways, Well, I found one. At least I feel a little better. I've got one. I just don't know where the bigger one is. Well, heck. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what I did with the other one. And I can't find a good glue stick. At least I don't think. I've got regular glue sticks, like cheapies. I used to have like a Oohoo glue stick, and I guess I used that all up. But I'll just use, this is a Paper Studios glue stick. I'll just use these ones and see if it works. If not, we'll have to use glue. Right, I'm just going to, whoa, didn't mean to squeeze out extra glue like that. I'm just trying to not make a glue mess, you know. So I'm going to have this coming off the edge of the page or the paper, and we can just cut that off after we get them both applied. We can just flip it over and trim it off. I just think it'd be cute. Let's do this one. I'm just trying to not have like oozy glue everywhere. So yeah, that looks good. Then we flip it over, and look, there's still like fabric on my scissors. We'll just trim off the excess like that, so it looks like that, and then we'll ink the edge of the page. Alright, I'm gonna put something over top of that to kind of make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. And then for the love, I do like the idea of having it go down the side of the page. Yeah, that's the right side. So I think we'll start with the L and the E, and we're going to have them come off the page just like we did with the 2020, or with the 20, I'm sorry. I'm going to flip that over, burnish that down, maybe use a bow folder. Yep, okay. And then let's cut the excess off. Those edges, so it kind of looks like it belonged there all along. Right? I like. So you can take any of your stamps and do that type of thing with. I like it. Oops, wrong side. This side. That doesn't look like it's got any glue on the edge. Well, come on. See, so that is just a little bit of extra little detail, L-O-V-E, and then there is the 20. So this should be okay. I don't think I have a clip long enough to reach in there and hold it, so we're just gonna hope for the best. So I was thinking that this one here, this 20, could go right here. Oh, I love it. I think that's perfect. That's just perfect little addition. Doesn't that look cute? Okay, and then on the back, we will add the one that says love. I love it. I could probably take these off now. Super, super cute. Now it's not only pretty, but it's functional. You can write down all kinds of information. You can write down what your photos are about, or the stories that you want to talk about. And those are just fine. They stayed. I just love that. You could make many of these if you want to. You can make several and add them into here. There's plenty of room. And it just looks really, really nice. Okay. I like it. So there, that's good. That's like a nice little finishing touch. The very last thing I wanted to show you, where did I put them now? Here. I made up a little mock-up of what this would look like if I used black cardstock instead of white cardstock. What the pages would look like. I didn't make a mock-up of the, let's go towards the middle here. I didn't make a mock-up of the album, the whole album, just the pages. So here is the exact same thing, the album we made, and then with the black cardstock, okay, the exact same thing. So let's flip through. Okay, so there's this page, right? See how different it looks? I didn't ink any edges either. None of the edges have been inked on the black one. So there's that page, front and back, right? And so that's what that looks like. See how different it looks? I mean, if you like the black look, this could totally, you could do this exact same thing with the black as well. And then there's the protective tissue, right? The protective tissue. And look at the difference and what the cardstock looks like versus on the black and versus on the white, right? And I didn't ink the pictures, the faux pictures. I didn't ink those either, but I did use the brown photo corners. And then there's what it looks like on the back. So I didn't line the black cardstock. I just kind of left it. I thought it looked really pretty, just like that. So there's what that looks like. And then the tissue, right? Can you see like the difference? I mean, it just really, the black can really make it pop. If that's the look that you are looking for, it looks really good with the same set of papers. And then on the back side there, I did not mat that side either. And look at that. See how nice it looks? You can take your white Jelly Roll pen, which I got asked about that just the other day. This is the one, Jelly Roll number 10. I will put that in my Amazon list, you guys, if you want to check that out. You could write directly onto this black cardstock, and it would look like the really old-timey scrapbook albums. And so here's the next page. All right, let's remove the tissue from there. And see, the tissue, it attaches down the exact same way. It doesn't disappear as much on that edge, but it doesn't matter because it just looks like tissue. And then there's the pink against the black. Isn't that pretty? You see how it kind of just changes the way it looks? I mean, it just, same cardstock, same printout, just a little bit different look because of the black. All right, and so here's the back side of that. Black versus, this is coffee stained paper, right? So that's what that looks like. And there's the tissue. I don't have a tissue on this side, but on this side, which is this next section, I did mat the black cardstock. So here's the next page. So that's this page, right? So I did mat it, and I wanted to show you what it looked like, the difference between matting the black cardstock and not matting. So I did mat this with, this is the parchment paper that I was showing you guys, that ivory parchment paper. I had already cut out the mats for the other side when I decided that I was going to show you what it looked like, the difference between the two. So I don't know, which one do you like better? I'm kind of leaning towards just the black when it comes to this. I mean, it looks nice to have the black outline, but I don't know. So that's what it looks like when it's matted. And that's what it looks like with coffee stained, and this is what it looks like with parchment. Alright, so then the next page is this one here, right? It's the exact same printout, but doesn't it look slightly different? It just is so weird. I guess the black really does change what your eye sees. So there it is with white cardstock, there it is with the black cardstock, right? I didn't get it super centered like I did. I did this one a little bit better, it looks like, than this one. It doesn't matter. But anyway, same card, same printout. And then here is the next page, right, with the matted 5x7 area in the black. Then flip the page again. And then there is that page. See, it's just, I don't know. You see the difference? I think it looks really cool. And then the next page, the 3x4, right? So it just depends on the look that you're going for. And then here's this page, right? It looks super nice. Either way, it looks super good. And then the last page is just this versus that. Right, let's do it like this. Boop. So there you have it. Now you know what it looks like if you was to do it with black cardstock, kind of like the old-timey. See, the old-time scrapbooks, they either had like black or they had like an off, like a creamy color. I don't know. It's like a, oh, it's not quite like this color. It's just a really soft off-white, but not, it's, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's like a beige or like a soft beige, I don't know. Anyway, so this looks more like the old time scrapbooks versus this because of the black cardstock, but I think they both look phenomenal. So I just wanted to show you guys because it does make a difference. Visually, you can really see when you actually have something you can see. Like if you were thinking, I don't know, maybe I want the black cardstock. Well, now you know what that's going to look like with these printable papers. Now you know what it's going to look like if you wanted to use black cardstock instead of white. But okay, I wanted to show you this, you guys, that really quick. All right, you guys, I think that's it. That's all we got. This album is now complete. I thought about doing something to the back cover, but I think I'm just gonna, again, just gonna leave it be. I like it just the way it is. I like the way this turned out with the pretty little butterflies on there, and then the closure, easy, simple, but very functional, and it looks super cute. So I really like it. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think about this whole entire album. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you liked the album. Again, in the comments down below, let me know what you think about this album. Let me know if you're going to give it a try, or if you've already given it a try, let me know what you think. And be sure to stay tuned. The next album that I'm making is this size again, except we're really going to make it like the way I normally make my scrapbook albums. We're really going to go all out and add pockets, flips, flaps, envelopes, all of that. That'll be up next. So be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on that album from start to finish. And be sure to hit that bell notification and turn the bell notifications on. You have to literally turn them on, believe it or not, so that you can be notified every time I upload a video so you won't miss the next album. If you want to see what I'm going to be using next after this, I have a video right here. I'll link it here and I'll link it down below where I show you the different things that I'm going to be using. So this was the Amity Bloom paper. So then the next one will be the Next Bee album. I forget what it's called at the moment. But anyway, you can just check out that video and and then it'll show you the last paper collection we're going to use for the A size album, which is the largest size album. All right, you guys, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this album as much as I did, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.